So as an add-on to that, to speak further about innovation, let's think about entrepreneurship. Remember, also keep in mind some of the most relevant companies in the world today, some of the biggest ones, the unicorns like Google, like Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. These were companies started around just 10 years ago by two or three people in a garage. And they are still relevant companies because the creativity part is key. When you go to a Google campus, it looks like a kindergarten. Why is that? Because if I put pressure on you, it's good to be more efficient, but it isn't good to come up with new ideas. So you create an environment where people are more relaxed and they're more engaged and they can think freely. What do we need for any type of intra or entrepreneurship? There are three key things that we have to have, and that tells us it's worth giving it a go. So we call it the sweet spot. That'd be a mixture of three things. An opportunity, you have to see an opportunity, or we could say a problem. You have to have the expertise. In the insurance sector, you have new profiles entering in who are more tech-based, maybe about big data, maybe about blockchain. We have to attract that sort of talent. And then you need passion. You need that motivation to go through the hurdles and the loops. It's easy to keep innovation as a title and not as a transformation, because it needs some long-term thinking and from the top, sponsorship and drive and a vision. Now, what would be some tips? Now, the experience I have working with companies, some insurance companies, a lot of banking companies, there are 5 tips we talk about the adoption of creating an entrepreneurship culture. The first thing we have to think about, innovation is not just about product or service. There are many ways we can innovate. Is it about how we make money? Is it the business model like Uber, Airbnb? Not new business ideas. The business model is disruptive. Is it about the process? Is it about the policy? Policies are very key to insurance, as regulation is a key factor. How do we innovate in regulation? How do you find little gaps to try things out? Secondly, we have to empower champions to push past the people barriers. A lot of the time, people are the ones who say we cannot do this. Now, we're not asking the whole company to change, but maybe you could invest in startups, maybe you could have an innovation group, just to give them a bit of time to start thinking. Any small tangible result will be seen as a big success, and it's not necessarily about having a big initial investment. Now, thirdly, and it's very important, if I'm asking people to be creative but I don't compensate them in some way, why would they bother? We're all very busy with our day job. So we also have to redefine the metrics and incentives inside the company so people feel that they are rewarded for their efforts in creativity and innovation. We have to give employees tools. We have to get them maybe some training. We have to maybe just give them some time to think about new things. If we don't give them the tools, how do we expect them to do this? We could actually have an incubation boot camp inside the company. We can give them some time with mentors. We have to give them the resources to make these things real. And when people see things are changing, that gets them even more involved. It's easy to work with the label, but when you see positive change, you become more committed and it starts to feel tangible. Also, we have to encourage a safe space to experiment. Maybe in the insurance industry, you obviously look for guarantees, you look for things that are fail-safe, but if we don't experiment and we are the owners of success and failure, how are we going to let people have that confidence to think, I can try things out, it doesn't matter if it didn't work, but I learned something there. So they would be my 5 key tips to start in this culture, and then we can go on to the technological side. We wish you good luck with this, and this is a very exciting time for your industry, so I think it's good to be a part of that change.